Okay, we're in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and this is the first DimWit Debate. I have with me three dimwits, good to see you guys, who will debate a great deal of pressing issues that range from extremely controversial, such as who's worse, Trump, Biden, or the media, to the slightly dumber but just as controversial, greatest discontinued food snack. I'm Eric Hammitt, and this is the first DimWit Debate. All right, gentlemen, here's how it's going to work. 5 rounds. First to win 3 rounds is the winner of the debate. All right? The winner of each round will be decided by our 3-person tribunal, who will meet in just a second. But let's take it to our dimwits. We got Dave, Keith, and Danny. Thanks all for coming in today. Danny, going to start with you. You were drafted in 2005 by the St. Louis Cardinals out of Gloucester Catholic High School. What happened?
I got hurt.
You got hurt? What happened?
Yeah, but I went down to Florida. It was in Fort Lauderdale, and then we did my thing. Got through hard, and then next thing you know, I blew my fucking arm out before signing.
What happened? What injury?
Tommy John.
What was it like having Tommy John surgery?
It's like gout I just had recently.
You have gout?
Oh my god.
How hard could you throw?
I was actually sitting 91 and 94.
Did you use steroids?
Not yet.
No, not at that time?
That was after the surgery.
After the surgery, okay.
Yeah, stuck it in my ass.
Okay.
Alternate every Monday.
Sounds painful.
That was not bad.
Cool. Well, good to see you, Danny. Thanks for coming up. Going over to Dave. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. How are you?
I got a warm-up question for you. You ready to answer a warm-up question?
Yes.
It's going to show up right on the TV over there, all right? And really, let's hear your thought process. Don't just answer the question. I want to hear your thought process on this. So, who needs to go? Disney adults or Ford F-150 drivers? Who's worse? Who do we got to get rid of?
All right, but first I have to ask a question about this to make sure I understand. When we're talking Disney adults, are these like the people who like get married in Disney?
We're talking hardcore Disney adults.
Okay.
So you're hardworking.
Yeah, we're going to... So the answer to that is the Disney adults. Because Ford F-150 drivers, they drive like shit. They have the truck nuts on the back of their trucks. Like, you know, they've got a thing.
Okay.
The Disney adults, that is their thing. Like, that is their entire life, Disney.
Okay.
And I don't know, there's just something sad about having Mickey Mouse as your wedding topper. Like, there's just, like, on a cake, that's like, I've given up. And Florida is everything to me.
Right.
That's,
So you're saying Disney adults are worse than Ford F-150?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah. But we can all agree that Ford F-150 drivers are...
Oh, no, they're like second tier worst.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. Thanks, Dave. Good to have you. Looking forward to seeing what you got to debate. And we got Keith. What's up, Keith?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried. You give me how my life sucks now because I got hurt, or that I had Batman as a cake topper. Either way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well,
We're
either way...
off with not the pressing issues, but the depressing.
Well, this is quite a depressing issue. I got a warm-up question for you as well.
Lovely. Let's do it.
I have a would you rather.
I'd like to stretch for
Be listed regularly on Epstein's Island's flight logs, or be Trump's next victim on social media?
Well, that's not even a question. I mean, at least with Epstein, I get some. So let's fly out to the island. What the hell? Once you get a free flight, it's an island. A bunch of people can harem out there. Social media is the bane of all diseases, so I don't understand why I'd be on there. I mean, granted, you have some, Epstein's has a little bit of a stain to his name. Not a lot, but,
What sort of stain?
I guess it's a shit beer like you get all over you.
Yeah.
So, but, hey, we'll get back into that later because if we're talking about people with music, I got some stories about them. But that's not too bad of a question. You got another one for me?
Cool. I will have questions for you when we get into our debates, but when you get into the debates, okay, you're not going to be pleading the case to me, all right? I'm here to make sure that the topics stay on track. We're going to take it over to our 3-person tribunal who we're going to meet. We have Jody, we have Angel, and we have Ryan. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Excited to get after it.
Cool. Yeah, we're excited too. Jody, let's start with you. Jody, what are you looking for when you're judging these contestants today? These dimwits. What are you going to be judging them on? What are you going to be looking for? Good arguments? Funny arguments? What are you looking for?
I don't really give a shit. I'm just trying to help out.
Well, that's great.
I'm looking for everybody to be their best behavior and to be very kind and polite. No cursing.
I think we're already past the one on that. But thanks, Jody. Good to see you. Angel, how are you?
Good.
Good. Are you going to be nice or mean to these guys today?
When have you ever seen me be nice?
I don't think I've ever seen you be nice. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think you're going to be aggressive. And I'm looking at these guys; they look scared right now. Danny's getting a little red. I don't know if he's excited or scared.
Well, other people are used to it. You're new. That's the fun part.
See, that's not bad.
Angel, who's the best one? Okay, Angel, you gotta bone one, marry one, kill one of these three. Can you come up with that right now?
I mean, can I kill all three? I do have a knife.
We'll take killing all three for now. Thank you, Angel. Finally, we have Ryan. Ryan will be our chief tribunal. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on?
Ryan, this is pretty cool. You once stopped a Target from opening on Thanksgiving.
I did.
How'd you do that?
As a joke, I put a petition out there, and kind of with my other coworkers, I was like, for shits and giggles, let's throw this out there and turn it into a big thing. But really, what blew it up, if you're familiar with T.J. Miller on Twitter at the time, now X, he posted out, "Hey, this is something that is actually a pretty cool thing. Let's get it out there." Literally within minutes to hours, it turned into 5,000, 15,000, finally passing 100,000 petition signatures, and Target is now officially not a store that opens on Thanksgiving. So,
Did you ever think you'd be able to stop a Target from opening due to the help of somebody that was in Deadpool?
absolutely not. But
Interesting.
How fucking cool is that, though?
Great. I think it's awesome. Good to see you, Ryan. And lastly, we have Colin. Colin doesn't vote. Colin really doesn't do much of anything. He's just here to give snacks in between each round and promote sportsmanship, right, Colin?
Hell yeah.
What snacks do you got today? Just give us the rundown.
Scooby free snacks. Real actual Scooby snacks.
Can be good for you.
Yeah.
Gushers, which apparently are free
Very
snacks. They're hard to find in ShopRite. And of course, Teddy Grahams.
Gotta need the Teddy Grahams. I love it. Colin, on the scale of 1 to 10, how good are Teddy Grahams?
Freaking 5,000.
I love it. Love it. All right, gentlemen, so let's get into it. Everyone understand how this is going to work. Whoever wins the most rounds at the end of the debate is the winner. There are penalties, all right? Ryan and myself, Ryan, the chief tribunal, will be able to fact check on a computer, okay? If we miss something, you're safe, all right? But if we catch you telling a lie, we throw a penalty. We call?
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Sorry.
All right? So if you get a penalty, we're going to call BS. Jody, can we get a penalty sound? Love it. Great. So if penalized, okay,
Bullshit.
you can, of course, call fake news on the penalty and have it overturned by requesting the source of the information. All right? So if you call fake news, you get to get the source. We tell you where we found this information from. All right? And if you find it uncredible, we're going to take it over to the tribunal, who will vote if it's credible or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Lastly, first penalty you make, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes you say things that's not true. Everyone makes mistakes. You shouldn't be penalized for saying one wrong thing, right? Correct. Second penalty you get, you're going to result in drawing from the... Now, I would not want to stick my hand in anything that includes the Subway guy, Shooter McGavin, and Bill Cosby. But here we are, okay? Very evil men. Would you agree?
I mean, if it was 10 years ago, I wouldn't really say anything about it, but, nowadays it's pretty,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking at some of these. They could be good. They could be bad. So yeah, you might even get lucky for making a penalty. So could work either way. Colin, could you pick one for us, please?
Prank call at Denny's.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. If you call a penalty, prank calling at Denny's. Angel, how big of a loser do you have to be to prank call at Denny's?
I mean, yeah, these people want to die every day they come in. They're going to go and throw themselves into the fryer.
Right.
To do this to them.
I would miss
Cool.
it.
Let's jump in. You guys ready to get started?
Sure.
Nostalgia's big nowadays. We're really looking back, especially us millennials, looking back to the 90s. A lot of discontinued food snacks come to mind. So I will start with this, gentleman. What is the greatest discontinued food item of all time? Dave, we're going to start with you.
Well, pardon me, gentlemen, there is nothing worse in this world than when you have something that you loved and it is repetitively ripped away from you again, season after season after season. The Shamrock Shake from McDonald's is hands down one of the best snack foods that we have in existence. And the entire reason why I go to McDonald's in March in general anyway. There's nothing better than that creamy green goodness. It takes nature's worst color, which is green, and makes it edible for the first time. Have you guys ever tried spinach? That stuff sucks ass.
Kind of enjoy spinach, actually.
Fuck you, sir. However, the Shamrock Shake takes that green godliness and just, who's fucking drinking this? Is that a Shamrock Shake
David.
over there? Because that'd be fucking great. Anyway,
Brown shake.
Which is also the worst color in nature.
Go Birds.
to just quote one of my favorite songs from the early 2000s, because I think that this is how this should end on. That milkshake brings all the boys to the bar. Yard. I said bar. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with it. But there we are.
There we go.
Rock shake.
Thank you, Dave. Shamrock Shake. A lot of passion for the Shamrock Shake. Keith, what's your answer? Greatest discontinued food item of all time.
Thank you very much. So initially, I had come up with a delicious nectar of the gods. It was called Five Alive by Minute Maid. Had 5 different fruits and vegetables in it. Not vegetables. That's made bad. But I did find out that it is actually not discontinued. It's just been discontinued in the States, and it is now only made in Canada, of all places. So, but I would like to put on the record that it won't be coming back in 2 weeks like the Shamrock Shake will be. So it technically still is discontinued. So I would like to change my answer. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, I'm a bit older than I think some of us here, there was a beautiful snack that you could fool your parents into eating was good for breakfast. It was called the Kudos. It was a granola bar covered in chocolate. You could have peanut butter with it. You could have chocolate chips with it. And it would be about the size of that, which some people like and some people don't. Depends on how you use it right there. So I believe that, along with nice green, beautiful green, artificial green ecto cooler from High C. Now I know a lot of people are shaking their heads already because they have had the ecto cooler. It was sadly discontinued in 2001. They did bring it back for the reboot of the new, the revamped ladies version of Ghostbusters, but that failed miserably, along with the ecto cooler also because they changed the recipe. So in my hubris, and since I don't sleep much, I decided to look up on the internet a recipe for Kudos.
No.
So I have brought with me
Okay.
some homemade Kudos to share with my debaters if they would like to have some. Because, one, I am not a baker. And two, it might be worse than any penalty that Colin's going to give me. If they would like also. And if anyone else would care to partake, I brought some homemade ecto cooler so you can actually taste.
I hope you guys are seeing this. He's coming out with the stops.
Oh my god, that is the sweetest thing, and I've eaten like a bowl of sugar.
Thank you so much. Wait till you have the drink. Eric, would anyone like some ecto cooler?
No,
Andy?
thank you.
I'm good.
I would love to try some.
I'll go for some.
No, here you go. Well,
Good stuff.
Colin, come on over. How many ecto coolers?
Actually,
One, two?
I'll take one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, when I was making this last night and testing, and I did almost go into a diabetic coma. So be careful if you are not used to the sugar.
Extra sugar.
Again, it is homemade versions. They were pretty close to what you remember. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This kid barely get it down. And that's after about a gallon of water on it. So, Kudos, which, again, you could trick your parents into having. So, hey, have a good, healthy snack in the morning. Plus, kudos to you. So, those are my choices after the 5 Alive debate and the scam of Canada.
Okay.
Sons of bitches.
So you're going ecto cooler and
Ecto Cooler / Kudos for a healthy breakfast. Breakfast of champions.
/ ecto cooler. Great. Danny, what's her pick?
I'm gonna have to switch it to 3D nachos.
3D the Doritos.
Yeah.
3D nachos. Okay, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, give us your case.
they were just more tastier. They're not dipped in it's not as cheesy, but they just had that firm taste. They also had the texture. I feel like balls in my mouth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. But go Birds. Tasty. I think they're better than the modern day nacho Dorito.
Cool. Gentlemen, debate it out.
I'd like to know whose balls are triangle that you've had in your mouth.
Joe Biden.
That would make sense, I guess.
That's it. That's how you do it.
I don't even recall having Doritos.
No,
No.
they're it's just good.
They were there when I was like in high school for like a
Yeah.
brief couple of year window, and then they were gone.
Oh, yeah.
They just magically went away.
Yeah, I'm an old ass, so I probably missed that part. But did they, when you did the bag crunch and like they were no longer 3D, they just kind of came into regular Doritos, so you actually having regular Doritos?
I think they did, but they didn't.
Mm.
I think if you got the jerk off, that
Yeah, right. Get some ass will come by.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
regular Doritos.
Now they're dumping some other stuff in.
Oh, shit.
Well, I actually,
Frito Lay's. Oh, man.
yeah, they are. They're all, yeah, they are.
They're Canadian.
Yeah, they are communists.
Keith, I have to say, like these things are fucking delicious.
I'm telling you, kudos is the way to go, man.
But like,
I'm
I
scared.
feel like if I eat this, I'm going to die.
You're not gonna die. If you drink the Ecto Cooler, you may
I'm
literally
scared.
pass.
I feel like your chances of death are going to increase with the ecto cooler.
I feel like this is
But you
how they used to get childhood diabetes.
That's right. This
What
was the
a
beginning
puff.
stages. We set the platform with this one, and just got worse from there.
The high C ecto cooler though does take me back because we definitely had that as kids, and you know it looks like snot, but it tastes fucking amazing.
Oh, Angel, what'd you think?
I took a sip. And that was
It's delicious. This is why everyone that I know in Florida doesn't have teeth because of ecto coolers.
Listen,
No,
I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing for you, but why do we do things that are healthy for us anyway?
no, you're right. I
It's
feel
more
like
fun that way.
you have to start here because eventually you have to graduate this into Mountain Dew,
Right.
and that's really where the teeth just.
That's
go
not true. What I was
fucking-
drinking before.
Oh, Mountain Dew's the greatest. Sperm killer. I love it.
Yeah.
Blanks, baby.
That's
Well,
what
I
works for me.
snuck out one though.
I only got- I got one.
How
Same
are you
thing, man.
using that Mountain Dew?
Go.
Are you just like spitting it and hitting it?
Yeah, oh no, it just tastes so good.
Depends on where you put it.
Once you hit your mouth, so good.
Why does Shamrock Shake suck?
I don't
No,
want mint.
That's they don't. They're fantastic.
They're good. I don't know.
Milkshakes should be strawberry or vanilla. There's no mint in milkshakes.
No.
That's the lightest
Shamrock
sentence I've
Shamrock shakes have a hint of mint. They're just a dusting of mint.
Yeah, a hint of mint is too much mint. I'm just saying.
For somebody who doesn't like mint, you're
I tell you
feeling
what,
spicy.
that sounds so good right now, Shamrock Shake.
Yeah,
Is it better than iced coffee you got now?
I think double mixture. I'm drinking the shit out of this right now.
What are you drinking?
I went to Dunkin' instead of Starbucks. I got a large iced coffee, cream and sugar with 2 shots of espresso.
Love it, love it.
The one bad thing, I'll end my soapbox on the Shamrock Shake after this, is because of the discontinuing every year, you have to deal with like a little bit of the tremors from it. You know, you get the Shamrock Shakes.
Yeah, you just gotta like freeze them in the freezer.
I get what you're saying, but I think you're missing the definition of discontinued. It's just hibernating for a year. Is what it does. Goes back out every March, and, like a little leprechaun. Goes, hey, my partner, go with me, Shamrock Shake. That's basically what that is.
Oh, you make it to McDonald's. Here, come get me.
That's the golden arches that makes that little fucking rainbow. Don't you see it, man? It's conspiracy.
When you wish
is.
upon a star.
That's a different company, but we'll go with that thing.
It just tastes so fucking good. They are so damn good. You know what they're like? They're like those baked Cheetos. You get a whole bag of them bitches, and it's just so good. They're gone. They're gone, especially with the munchies. But at the time, I didn't smoke pot yet.
Gotcha.
But
This is before yet pie.
yeah,
Imagine what they'd be like now.
Jesus Christ.
It'd be
I'd
like,
be like 2 for
it
$1.
would be Jesus Christ, anything you achieve.
Thank you.
All right.
Again.
All right, gentlemen, we'll call it there. We'll end it there. I think we pleaded arguments well enough. Well done, all 3 of you. Let's take it over to our tribunal. Jody, thoughts?
Birds.
Am I supposed to pick a winner here?
So you're going to pick a winner. Who had the best argument? You can talk about each argument. Let's hear your thought process and how you're going to
I
choose
think
your
that
wins.
green is a very nice color, by the way.
Oh, you're screwed.
It's not a shitty color.
I'm sorry for insulting your color preference.
No, it's okay. It's not
I'm
my
sorry,
favorite
I have your
color.
kudos in my mouth.
That particular shade of green is pretty shitty, though. So I'll give you that. But a Shamrock Shake, really? I'd rather eat dog shit than have a Shamrock Shake. But that's all. Yeah, everybody has their own thing. You know what I mean? And I have eaten dog shit before. Once.
What gets you off?
Once.
But listen, the kudos. I remember those very well, and
This is just like a generational thing.
Oh,
isn't it?
bring that shit into. They're good food.
Actually, I go back to like fucking, Yule Gibbons. I don't know if you ever heard of Yule
Not that one
Gibbons.
too much.
Grape nuts. That's right, grape nuts.
Yeah,
That's right, they're good for you. You fucking guy dropped that.
Great Depression.
Yeah, grape nuts. They're good for you. Man, it just tastes like shit. But yeah, I think the kudo argument was really quite compelling.
Why, thank you, Jody.
And I appreciate the offer of that, God forbid, God, whatever the fuck that was. That,
Oh, the ecto cooler?
that
Awesome.
God forsaken, thank you. Juice, and I'm glad that just looking at it made me get, have diabetes. So, but yeah, listen, and it's so cool that you were going to get drafted by you were drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. Tommy John surgery. And, it changes a lot of things, huh?
Yeah.
That's what so I got to go with you just because of that, man.
Oh.
All right.
Tommy John saved another career. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, we have 1 point for Danny. Angel, taking it over to you.
No offense, guys. I'm just fucking around.
It's okay, Jody. What's your leg? Still got some kudos if you want some.
Kudos to you, though, man.
So starting off with the Shamrock Shake, do we technically count that as discontinued because it's seasonal?
True.
Would we count pumpkin spice
It's
as
repetitively
discontinued?
discontinued. It's therefore more discontinued.
It's the most discontinued.
The most discontinued.
You should listen to
It's more discontinued than anything else. That's true. Very
Realistically, how often are you actually going to get it with how often the ice cream machine's broken?
Oh, good point. Good point.
You might get one that whole time if you're lucky. Now, Keith, you did get me with the bribery with the ecto cooler
That
as a
wasn't
child of the
planned, actually.
90s. Again, it's delicious. It's why no one in my family has teeth. I don't know about the kudos bar. Those are too crunchy. We'd have to gum those a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And then your first mistake was going to Florida. I will be honest with you about that.
Yeah.
Florida native, bad idea. Nachos are all Doritos, also the most white trash food. I love them, but I don't think they get to count as great as discontinued, so I will have to go with Keith.
Nice.
Nice.
Bribery works,
There
guys.
you go.
That's how we do for government.
There you go. And I saw Shamrock Shake. I agree with your point. Shamrock Shake is discontinued because it's discontinued once a year. So I was almost going to call penalty, but no. And it's not alcohol.
I disagree, sir. Continue is part of the word. It continues to come back every March. It's not discontinued. Discontinued means no longer available.
I'm sorry, at the end of March,
I had
it
to
is no
make
longer
my
there.
fucking food.
Yeah, that's true. You're not making
Because you can't
Shamrock
get it
Shake.
anyway.
I don't know how to make
You
a Shamrock
can't
Shake.
even go to Canada to get it.
You can buy the mix online.
Sorry, I got a
Okay.
little heated there.
Can
My
you?
fault. I had a little
Okay,
ecto.
I
My
guess
blood's
you
up.
buy
We're good to go.
And we got Ryan, Keith Tribunal.
Canada.
You could possibly be breaking a tie right now, or I could if you vote for Dave.
Yeah, so it's funny, I was actually getting confused in my own head after Frazier has mentioned discontinued, and I was thinking are we wrong about the definition of discontinued? And in fact, no the fuck we aren't. So when it comes to the Shamrock Shake, although I am wearing a Shamrock, I will believe that just becomes void because of that reason. You did make good arguments. I did have the Shamrock Shake once in my life, though, and I've never desired it again. So personally, I'm going to have to avoid that out, even if it was a discontinued item, which is where I'm at with that. As far as Keith goes, I've never personally had a kudos bar, but it's funny that you did bring up the ecto cooler, and I remember very, very vividly as a kid how much I enjoyed an ecto cooler. And based on Angel's face, I wasn't sure if it was delayed. So I know when you talked about the decision between Epstein Island and Trump bashing you on media, I don't know if that was her face reacting to you saying that answer or the fact that she was drinking the ecto cooler. But with that said, I'll get back to that in a second. But Danny, 3D Doritos were definitely one of my favorite snacks, regardless of whatever reason you decided to go on. As you hit your vape, I would have had to go with 3D Dorito in that category, regardless of your argument, because I think that's the best of the three. So my breaking decision.
So Danny wins this round.
Look at that.
3D Dorito.
You got the sympathy play and the Doritos.
MVP.
It's
MVP.
okay if you win, as long as Shamrock Shake didn't win.
Any
I actually thought it was changing towards you.
I thought it was too. I
Yeah,
No,
it
so did I.
literally bribes people.
No offense.
And they went,
Birds.
fuck you.
Birds.
Like, that's
Any other
Let's go for the
discontinued snacks? The one that my mind went to, I don't know if this is the best, but do you guys remember when the Phantom Menace came out and they had those Jar Jar lollipops where it was just Jar Jar's tongue and you're just like making out with Jar Jar Binks?
Hey, Jar Jar Binks. Shit.
All right. So speaking of discontinued food snacks, the least best part about any kind of food items nowadays, shrinkflation, right? And all these companies are going after shrinkflation. So our
Fuck
next
that.
question is going to be,
Danny, are you familiar with that?
Yeah, fucking sick of it.
so we got worst company. I think
Go
this is
Birds,
where
right?
it's going to get a little bit intense. Worst
Gary.
company, Danny, we're going to start with you. What is the worst company?
Oh, found on road dead. Ford.
Okay,
Ford
why?
tough. Means Ford bitch. Worst company, you know. I feel like it's communist owned. Because they don't care about you and they just want to rip you off and treat you like shit. And it's a scam. Honestly, they get these cars for cheap. And they just fucked
Do they
up.
come with free healthcare? Because that doesn't make sense for communist owned.
Oh, yeah, true. But I can't stand these fuckers. I have them. I
drive
fly
Ford.
'em. Yeah.
Well, that's why you hate us.
Yeah. I'm exposing them.
Yeah, right.
I'm exposing them.
From the
Sorry
way-
for hiring me
You're
and
a
buying.
whistleblower. I love it.
Yes.
So what you're
gotta love
suggesting
it.
is that you also support communism as you drive a Ford.
Right, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Is
it a red Ford?
Nah,
It
it's a
should be.
gray one. Gray for death. It's gonna be a gloomy day. I just don't. I don't know. But he was a good guy, though. He was a good guy. Henry. My son's name's Hank. So what the fuck?
There you go. So
Have a good day.
Still going forward. Let's see why these other guys are worse. Keith, what do we got?
On a personal level, I think one of the worst companies on the planet now was Disney. Walt Disney himself was a bit of a interesting fellow when he started. They did years and years of 100 years actually of good animation, and it was geared towards, let's face it, it was geared towards more of the female variety, especially the younger ladies, which is fine and all fine and dandy. The gentlemen had their comic books with their Marvel and their Star Wars and all that good stuff, and then when Disney decided to buy them and turn them all to simps, that became a big problem for me because now all the characters that I beloved had in my youth and look up to has now been replaced by the other fare. I think what they did to Star Wars was terrible. I grew up on. I was born the same year the first movie came out, and I think I watched Star Wars about 700 times. Empire's the best out of 3. The Disney prequels and the whole 3 after that were terrible and just made no sense whatsoever. I know some of us are probably against that because that's not my generation. But if you're telling me that Rey is better than Luke, I will fist fight you. And as far as Marvel's concerned, I understand the whole Avengers thing was awesome. And when it got to the end game, that was very, very well wrap up of a good arc storyline. But everything after that has been just replace all of my favorite characters with people I don't really care about and don't care about at all. And their march towards making everybody, everyone can be whoever they want to be, but don't force it down my throat kind of thing. So to get to a larger breed of what we're talking about, you want to feel you're one way and call yourself one, that's fine, but don't force it down my throat with everything a lot of stuff too. You may have the choice to decide what I want to do. But Disney is definitely pushing that type of idea on what they're doing. But I think they're wolf in sheep clothing. That's my opinion on that. And eventually, I think Disney will fall apart. Probably next couple of years, but unless because it's kind of hard to turn back around at this point. But it doesn't matter anyway because once the AI bots take over, the world's got about 4 months left. So, can you picture, does anyone know a movie where when AI came aboard that we did not destroy the Earth?
Oh, what's happening?
Anybody? Good.
iRobot.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, they got beat by Will Smith.
Yes, but that's because one of them was
iRobot.
programmed by the creator not to be the robot. They had a legion of other robots about to do that.
I concede.
Thank you.
Interesting point. Yeah. I don't know, Angel. How you feeling about that prequel dig? We're not talking sequels with Rey. We're talking prequels.
Prequels too. And just the
No.
Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan.
I mean, are we gonna shit on Ewan McGregor?
No, I'm not shitting on Ewan
bad
McGregor.
writing?
I'm shitting on Anakin as the kid who, this is pod racing, is the worst character in the rest of the world. Jar Jar Binks with the tongue, we just talked about, is, come on, man. Him versus C-3PO, I mean, they're both kind of in the same ballpark, but one is, he was like a Rasta gay man that was kind of like running around the galaxy or something. I don't know what the hell that thing was,
I mean, was Anakin not just showing weaponized autism? He doesn't know
Absolutely,
how
the
to
kid. I
socialize.
mean, he took care of this kid that was apparently Jesus, because after that, his mother never, just birthed him somehow from whatever the hell midichlorian crap.
Cool.
Thank you.
We'll
I could go on for hours. I'm sorry. I'll put my hands up.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely get back to this. I want to hear this go back and
I
forth
can
again.
see my time to the senator from somewhere.
Yeah, Senator from Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
There you go. We'll take it. There you go.
Is this still called Pennsylvania?
What's it?
Is this still called Pennsylvania?
For right now.
Okay,
We haven't changed it.
They're gonna
Pensy.
change it.
Perfect. Dave, which worst company ever?
Well, hearing your thing about Disney, I felt very passionate about that for a brief second too. And then you got away from the old Nazi crap, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this doesn't, for me, I don't really give a shit about Star Wars. But for me, it's Amazon. There's no company out there that is more toxic to their employees at such a large level than Amazon. I mean, we're talking trying to quash workers unionizing, paying unfair wages, unsafe working environments. The list goes on in real practical bullshit, but that's not why it's on my list. That's not why I'm saying about that. Raise your hand if you were here a couple of minutes ago before we started this podcast and we were complaining about Alexa being shit. Can we raise our hands if we have the experience of Alexa being shit?
She's also listening to you right now.
She's also listening to me right now.
Brian, hang tight, Dave. What happened the other day to your experience with Alexa?
So it's funny, we were watching a show and my Alexa wasn't listening, so finally, as it wasn't listening, it also started to interrupt the show. So then I was like, Alexa, shut the fuck up. Never mind, I apologize. And I make sure to apologize this way that she doesn't mess up with my stuff again, because it literally wasn't letting me watch my show after that.
Yeah.
So it's starting to creep its way, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bitch.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, true story.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
When did Alexa ever talk to you about stuff she was interested in? No, this is a one-sided
Yeah.
relationship, and she is emotionally manipulative. That's what the
Emotionally manipulative. All right.
Afraid you might want to actually ask her if she has anything like that. That's kind of how communication.
Alexa, are you emotionally manipulative?
I'm not sure.
I mean, when
Okay, come on, that is a manipulative response.
Yeah.
That is something
That's pretty passive aggressive. I think that's gonna help your argument quite well.
when you frame it that way,
Gentlemen,
Alexa, when
debate
you
it
stop
out.
beating your wife.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that little frame there. I agree with you. I think Amazon is really bad too. Besides the fact that you can no longer go to a brick and mortar store because everyone buys everything online from China.
Yeah.
By the way, can someone explain Temu to me? They spend about $8 billion in the Super Bowl, and I still have no idea what the hell they do.
I've never once ordered from a
Is it like Chinese Amazon? Is that what that is?
It's like Wish, but shittier.
That's
Somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole buy everything online thing is just killing that.
It's getting real.
Completely. You can't get a job
Yep,
because
yeah.
you can work in a factory.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I still think Jar Jar's a shit character.
Yes.
Oh no, agreed. George Hart isn't there.
There's somebody who looks like one.
Sci-fi.
Ryan, you know who it is, right?
Danny, why is Ford worse than Disney and Amazon?
It's accountability.
In what way?
I would have to say, with recalls and proper upgrades, more like the proper, the right.
Modernization, I think is the word you're looking for.
Agreed.
What kind of pot are you huffing over there?
Honestly, it's called Granny.
What brand do you got?
I got Granny Mac today.
All right. Keith, why is Disney worse than Ford and Amazon?
So the problem with Disney is what they're doing is targeting like the youngest generation to do so that they, by the time they get to old enough to buy Fords or order a Ford on an Amazon, and Alexa has to tell them to do, they've already been kind of indoctrinated into going one way or another. So the fact that the people they are addressing the most don't have any ability to fight back and just believe what they're saying is a big problem for me. Again, in the past, I never had a problem with Disney's message, but it seems to have changed their itinerary these days. But plus Disney Plus sucks.
Dave, why is Disney and Ford better than Amazon?
All right. Well, Ford does not have a streaming service. So they have no ability to fuck up any of your favorite shows that are coming out or change whatever is going to be like in the criteria, like in those shows. Like, I don't know if you've been seeing the stuff that they've been releasing for like Fallout.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about seeing it. But it's coming on Amazon, which means they're going to shit the bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Disney has always been indoctrinating people. And they've done a pretty good job of it. I'm a Disney child, you're a Disney child. We've all been functioning, you know.
Just not Disney adults.
Right. Those people are weird.
Of course.
Now,
My point exactly.
that's... Disney's gonna do what Disney gonna do. It's always done it. The company's been there pretty obviously doing it since time immemorable. You know, from all the way back in the Nazi times to now. Like, it's a thing. However, Amazon has been slowly getting worse and worse over time.
Interesting. All right.
I have a question real quick for Ford. Do they have that ability to shut your car off while you're driving?
I think that's next.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
That's coming
they
soon.
can shut down your electronics.
They,
and have to pull
they
those
know when I
out.
gotta get gas.
Yeah.
Just tell them
Can we fact check
iPhone.
that?
Yeah, so
Absolutely, look at that scum.
Hold on, Ryan's got something.
Yeah, no, it's funny. So, speaking of like shutting off, actually, newer cars now that are electronic cars, I heard, it's a rumor, I haven't looked it up, but a rumor was that if you don't make your payments, the car will be driven by itself to
the
get
dealer.
repoed
Yep.
to a toast.
They can control your car from anywhere they
It'll
like.
be
in the
able to
car.
actually drive on its own.
So Demolition Man's coming real, man. Taco Bell's the best restaurant in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, hi. All right, Jody.
Wow.
Worst company: Amazon, Disney, or Ford?
Well, now I'm going to debate.
Now you're.
Choosing
What's your
whoever I
thoughts?
think- okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're all shit. I didn't know Ford was communist.
That might be embarrassing.
I need to. They just taking over us.
They're taking us over.
Yeah,
Why do people think that Ford, you know,
they're gonna be the
F-150
they're gonna be the head
drivers
honcho.
what's wrong with Ford F-150 drivers?
They're just
TDE.
What?
Tiny Dick Energy. I can't see you around the corner, so I'm having to like lean.
Yes.
Or I just wanted to. I was trying
Because
to.
Ford F-150 drivers are the worst drivers of any car ever.
No, I
They just
wanna-
cut right in front of you. Murphy.
Yeah.
Before we keep going into this, I mean, I'm just curious. Do you drive an F-150?
Yeah.
I think F-150
No,
drivers. I think they're the salt of the earth. I love
I
those
don't.
people.
I don't.
I
I always
had
wanted
Ford
to for
F-150
some reason, but I never got one. I don't know what it is.
They still make them or not?
Oh
Yeah, of course.
I never see them anymore. I used to.
I don't get
They used to see a ton of them, right? But
Yeah.
it's not as many. That's because they're a shit company. Amazon, I don't know enough about yet, but it feels like they're taking over the world in not a very good way. But I got and very compelling arguments, fellas. But I got to go with Keith on this Disney thing. They've taken something, and I know because I go back even further. Okay, I was born in a long time ago, and I remember the '60s and '70s and things like that with the Disney stuff, and I don't know, seemed a little purer then maybe or something. And I don't want to sound like an old fart, but they did. They took things over and they really
Twisted it.
destroyed a lot of the stories, and I think took it a little too far, and they're going a little too woke for me. And so, there you go, man.
I'm with you, Jody. We're together in unity.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they take
It's
it.
probably the age thing.
No, it's just they've taken every
Fuck the
villain and made a
fuck
movie.
up. That's just how I feel.
Well, seriously,
I think Amazon sucks too.
Amazon's taking you over. They can't stop that. But like Disney, they take every villain who was compelling, and they're like, well, no, they're actually misunderstood. It's okay. It's like you can't make 3 movies about Maleficent. She's just a bitch and wants to kill people with as turns into a dragon.
See,
You know, it's
Good
like
point.
I don't agree
you
with that.
made a movie to try to make a person who wanted to kill dogs to make a jacket, and like, no, she's just misunderstood. Like, no, she's trying to kill.
She's insane.
How do you exactly? But
thought
it's
she was
okay.
like-
She's just misunderstood.
How about She-Hulk?
I didn't. She twerks
Oh.
well. I'll tell you that much. When she was twerking, it was pretty good.
It's the only good part of it. Thanks, Jody. So you're going with Keith.
I am.
All right, Angel.
Well, it's hard to say. So good points all around.
Really?
Ford, didn't they have business dealings with actual Nazis?
Probably everyone did the movies.
They probably did.
I know there were rumors that They
Ryan, can we fact check that?
He's already
forward.
typing away. You can see his fingers.
Oh, those things are going a mile a minute. Dun, 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 dun,
All you had to do was
dun.
forward
And if we
now.
catch
boy,
if
no.
we catch BS after the fact, you're safe. So you guys are safe.
When he types in Ford and NA,
That's my boy.
So I'll ignore the fake news website, but on Washington Post, which can kind of go in.
Oh yeah, they're not fake.
Yeah, Ford and GM scrutinized for alleged Nazi collaboration.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow, you're intelligent.
Yeah, like the Swiss banks,
So
the
easy,
American
Trevor.
car companies
Yep, I
have
see.
vigorously denied that they assisted the Nazi war machine or that they significantly profited from the use of it.
Wow.
No, Viva Nacho.
Quite a fun fact. So as much as you were pointing out that they were, in fact, in some way, shape, or form, communism, but you were just saying that for your own
Yeah, I just
excitement,
get pissed off
it
on
looks
them
like there's
fuckers.
actually a scenario where they actually were.
Well, communism and Nazism are two different things.
Yeah, those are facts.
Are they?
Yeah, they're fascist. Yeah. Communism were the red people.
No, well, yeah. Right.
Plus, I'm
The
from
Nazis
Hebrew.
were socialist.
That's CC bros. You can't be.
Right, but that's kind of where I was thinking too.
Look like
Is
shut
Nazism
up.
was
Look
more
like-
socialism too.
No, but that's National Socialist, which was really just an adoption that they, pardon me, made that had nothing to do with actual socialist policies within the Nazi Party. Feel free to fact check that.
Honestly, I believe you'll know.
When you wish upon a star.
This guy. So who's your vote for?
I think I might also have to go with Disney as well. Also,
Okay.
a no
Also,
anti-Semite, but
can I
yeah, they
vote?
just ruin
They
everything.
do. They
Yeah.
ruin everything.
Yeah. So that's Keith with the win. Who would you have voted for, Ryan?
So it's funny. I did have a play in mind just in case there was a split here. Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna fuck Ford, right? Because you can drive it all day, you can ride
Okay.
it all day.
Plus, they got Trump.
I would say marry Amazon. There's a lot of power involved, a lot of money. Of course, Disney has money and power too, but I just don't want to be associated with somebody that's, trying to change something that was good that now is just fixated to not
Sure.
being that woke, as you said. So I would definitely kill off Disney. So
man.
with that said, I agree with Keith. Disney for the win.
I'm glad we're all on the
All
same
right.
page with that, Mike.
Keith. Well done, Keith.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
job.
Sir.
All right. So Danny's got a point. Keith's got a point. Dave, I completely believe in you. Can we get some snacks going into the third round? This is now Tribunal's redemption, okay? So for this round, as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a word selected by the Tribunal in a minute. It's a word that's common enough where it could easily slip out in conversation if unchecked, right? A word like them, super, anything like that, right? So you guys are thinking of a word right now, all right?
I'll steal your pros.
If the word is said, all right,
That's-
you lose snack privileges, and you must be handcuffed because now in
That's hot.
2024, that's how censorship works.
That's hot.
All right. So let's get one word that they can't say. Jody, you got a word?
B-U-T, but.
But. So you can't say but like but. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So that is the word, and this is a good one too. You really gotta keep focused because we are going to not the best. We're going to who is the worst. Trump, Biden, or the media.
Birds.
Dave, we'll start with you on this one. Why is Trump worse than Biden or the media?
So I'm finishing the last bit of that kudos.
It's awesome, right?
It is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I have more if you guys want some.
They may have switched me off this airlock shape thing. This is pretty damn good. So Trump is absolutely the worst. And allow me to explain. It's not the fact that he doesn't believe in climate change or any of the environmental crises that are going on, nor the fact that in 2000 he ran campaigns or financed smear campaigns against Indian casinos. The reason that Trump is awful is because he is actively working. Well, there's two reasons. First, he's actively working towards our extinction. And secondly, Space Force. Now, allow me to explain. So they're actively working towards our extinction because he doesn't believe in any sort of climate change and wants to just keep all the dirty burning fuels going as much as possible, such as digging coal again. I know that was a big thing out in rural Pennsylvania, where I'm representing right now. That sort of nearsighted thinking is the same sort of thing that would get him saying that, the rising sea waters is great to have for beachfront property, which is, for the record, an actual thing he said. Feel free to check that one. But secondly, the whole idea of having Space Force. So Space Force was originally attached to the Air Force military, but it was just a section of things that the Air Force covers. Having it separate now gets rid of cohesion. Plus, his problem-solving skills are absolutely shit. So, when we do actually find out that there's aliens, because there are aliens,
Absolutely, 100%.
you know,
I agree.
yeah, oh yeah. When we finally figure that out, now we can't cohesively respond. And if he's back in office, we're absolutely going to try to build a space wall.
You're right.
That's going to be coming. Space wall's coming in.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Is it a wall or a dome?
Danny, why is
This is the problem-solving skills. It's a wall.
Oh, gosh.
Danny? Why is Joe Biden the worst out of these three?
Fraud. Hey, they're all frauds. Trump, Biden, they're all scumbags.
You're-
I chose Trump because Biden inflated the motherfucker. And
Biden what?
inflated. And now we got a war in Ukraine. I come from Ukrainian background too.
I believe that's Putin's fault.
Well, that too. But I like the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin. I learned a lot about why they took over. But I think it's wrong. You don't kill people. That's just me.
Okay. Any other reasons?
Stairs.
But anyway,
I agree.
no, honestly, Trump he's going to put more money in my check. Any Republican that goes in office, you put more money in the check. It's automatic. I just need it temporarily, okay? And that's all I'm asking. It's a money thing, but like Hunter Biden thing, whatever he does, he does. I don't give a fuck. But I just need more money in my pocket, and it's the right move. He's got bigger pair of balls.
How
Okay.
high are you right now?
Oh, I am so freaking like. I woke up out of bed. I thought this started at 10:30 at night,
PM versus
and
AM.
it was at 10:30
It's
in
the A
the
and the
morning.
P. It messes you up now.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm sitting there like, I didn't go pick up some trees. You know what I mean? I was going to do some trees. You know, go smoke some shit. You know what I mean?
It's coming out ready to go.
Yeah,
Cool.
that roast from last night.
Cool. We'll get ready to fight it out. Let's hear what Keith. Why is the media the worst?
So first, Danny, who do you think has a hard right in your current time right now?
Right.
Who would be easier to walk up a stair, you or Biden?
Honestly, I would hold the rail.
Yeah, you'd be smart enough to hold the rail. You're
Right.
right too. He's falling down.
Yeah.
So second question, follow up.
Yeah.
Who's easier to walk down a ramp, you or Trump?
Honestly, that would be fucking hysterical. Racing down the steps? Oh, dude, that would be funny. Because I would try like skipping and hopping and doing the road. Holding the goddamn rail. He'd be like, yeah, like, he has an orange face. So, like, hopefully he didn't take it because that shit would be red as hell. You know what I mean? It would be funny.
It'd be a good time to watch, I think.
What's that?
I think it'd be a good time to watch it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. You know what? I tell everybody, I'm shot the fuck out. I've been shot out for a long time. And I don't know, just shot out. I just like money.
I'm with you, brother. Money's always nice.
Money's nice. But like, I just don't think it's fucking proper. Whoever we have, I think we need somebody in there that's not fucking 70 plus years old.
Yeah.
They're senile. But I have to choose.
Who would you
senile.
suggest? Or who would you suggest right now? Someone that's not over 70. Who would you suggest?
Oh, my man, A-Rab. What's his name?
A-Rab?
What's that A-Rab dude's name?
That's an A-Rod. A-Rod.
Hey, are you talking about Ramaswamy?
Yeah,
Okay, why him?
he's got a pair of nuts.
All right, cool. Cool. We'll get that, but do you have anything
Got
else to say
a pair of
on the
nuts, man.
media?
We're on the media part. So, all right, listen. What your opinion on Trump? Your opinion on Biden? Your opinion on Ramaswamy or who's Harris? Anybody? Doesn't really matter.
Montel Williams.
Montelli. Doesn't matter because without the media, the way it is now, you don't know half the shit you know. The fact that I can make a joke that the guy's falling downstairs because I saw 700 videos of it and memes and all that other shit, or Trump's dancing to YMCA over and over and over again on a loop, you know. Way back in the day, even before me and Jody's time, you know, they had this thing called the Gutenberg press, where they first came out printing out information. That was good, huh? Right.
Oh, sorry.
Printing out information, So once the people get the information, then they start going a little crazy. When you can't read or write or all that stuff, or people have information, you can't get mad at. The same thing with the newscast now. It's not really newscast; it's all entertainment because it's 24 hours. They got to fill their time. So you can pick you can pick someone to give an opinion you want and just get more fired up about it without any counterbalance to it. Same thing on both sides. And you got Fox for one, you got CNN for the other, you got all that stuff. The media being in your pocket also. So when you're sitting there at a red light or waiting for your Starbucks coffee and you're bored, you put on a short about how much Trump destroyed the world or how much Biden's can't remember his own name and wets his pants at night. You get that constant feed in your head over and over again. Now you have a polarized position. There's plenty of shit back in FDR's time and even Reagan and all that we didn't know about. By the way, did you guys ever hear that hot mic on Reagan when he said that the Russians have started their bombing or getting our fighters together to attack back?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. No one knows about that, but he actually said that as a joke at a press conference and a mic was on. And people heard it and they started flipping out. It's the same thing again back before you guys, the whole Orson Welles invasion of the Earth, War of the Worlds. People were actually crashing or trying to get out of New Jersey as fast as they can, crash in their cars because they got a little bit of information.
I just
and
think
it
they
went
didn't like
nuts.
Jersey.
That too. It took their a good opportunity to get the hell out of the state. No, but the media is the one blaming all those fans. So it doesn't matter who it could have been. You could have anybody you want in either office.
And you're referring to the old radio recording of World War.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So there was for that radio announcement, there was say this is a drama, this is a fiction tale. But if you missed that part,
penalty.
Oh, I did say
he said but.
If you missed that part, then wait.
Kinky wink?
Keith, you got to wear the handcuffs for the rest of the night. Colin, we put the handcuffs on Keith, please. Colin, on the scale of 1 to 10, how much does it piss you off that he said the word "but" when he wasn't supposed to?
Like 2.
Oh, which one do you want, buddy? Here you go. I've got to go on the list.
Really want to hurt me.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you take away the free speech.
Over this area?
This will have to take First Amendment.
Just till the rest of this round. So we get some
Somebody
all
else says
after
the word
the
but.
These
These are definitely playtime.
First Amendment.
Nice.
That's it.
Hey,
Keith, how's that feel?
Who's got the bobby pin?
Angel had a good idea.
Of course, Angel always has good ideas.
If you got it. You got it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because he was saying, what if somebody else says "but" during it, so they get handcuffed.
I know you like me.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, I like that. That's good too. And we probably missed a couple times. I don't know. how you actually have to-
100%.
I completely forgot we were doing it. I was really listening to the arguments.
This was actually one of the more serious, compelling arguments.
Yeah.
So I was very into it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Continue.
Oh, so I basically I think we kind of wrapped up. The floor is now either to my esteemed senator from Pennsylvania or the CEO of Ford. You guys can take it.
Talk it out.
Birds.
I mean, I think the media has been, very toxic and reflecting only one side of things for a very long time. I do enjoy things like Ground News, which is an internet media thing that allows you to see where or what side of the political spectrum an article comes from. Which Ground News, if you're listening, would definitely be happy to have you, represent support our show. But
Something.
almost
said but.
did that. Almost.
He said but.
Almost.
Did he say it?
He said but.
I think I said but I didn't say.
I hear the 2.
We missed it.
I mean,
All right, he'll do it anyway.
to be fair, I've been handcuffed to way worse looking
Yeah, that's right.
ladies. So this is.
All right, so you guys are handcuffed together.
Now, what happens if our esteemed high friend over here also says, like, yeah,
We all have to spray our faces orange.
They. All right, go ahead, Dave. Floor is yours.
No, that's really it. I lost my train of thought and I have no idea what I was saying anymore.
Common grounds?
Oh, right.
Why is Biden
no,
worse than Trump?
Ground News.
Ground News.
Yeah, they show the political
One
spectrum,
piece
which
of
I feel
shit's
like
better
is-
than the other piece of shit. That's how it goes. So,
That was deep, Barry White.
yeah, that was pretty deep. I mean, the guy, you can't see the shit on TV. It's hysterical.
Give us an
And then you see-
example.
falling down the fucking steps of the airplane.
Show in the camera what he looks like when he's like walking off a stage.
Oh my god! Right? I tell you, I can't do it right now, but it's fucking funny as shit. Just YouTube it. All right.
Just YouTube, exactly. Just YouTube.
YouTube.
Just go to the media and they'll show you.
Yeah, the media. So, like, you know what sucks about everything? Biden was all cool in the beginning, and then he turned into a jerk off. They all do that in the beginning. That's why we're all resenting. But
How long ago is the beginning that we're talking about?
COVID. I got all 3 vaccines too, which is fucking crazy. Now I got gout because I drink a shit ton of coffee.
But just to let you know, the gout's the king's disease, so.
Yeah.
Would you rather
The
have
fanciest of all illnesses.
Would you rather have gout like as at the highest pain for 3 consecutive weeks, or get Tommy John surgery again?
Oh, fuck that. Tommy John surgery,
Okay.
because
Okay.
all they do is they cut you, they throw you Vicodin, and then you're good. And then you rehab the next day, though. It sucks.
There you go.
Yeah, rehab, that shit. Right?
Gentlemen, anything else to
No,
say on
that's
why
right. I
Trump
ripped the
or the
fucking
media
table.
are worse? Any final thoughts?
I got something to say. Go where the fucking money is, guys. You know what I'm saying? Go where the money is. World War III is not going to happen.
Yeah, say it.
I don't know what else to say other than I'm not really sure what just raped my ears.
And guess what? Fuck Jerry.
Who?
Seinfeld?
Fuck Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Fuck me.
That's an entirely different concept, but yes, I agree though.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a very different debate.
Hey, would you vote for Biden or Jerry Jones for president?
Jesus fucking Christ, man. That's a fucking tough cookie right there, man.
I'm saying, man.
So, honestly,
They're both 80-something years old. Both of them say weird shit all the time.
you know, I'd vote for Biden, actually.
You go Biden over Jerry Jones? That's impressive.
Yeah, because Biden would be scared as shit. He would do everything to kiss everyone's ass. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going fucking Jerry, though. But I can't. I'm not a diehard repo, but like, I just like money, man. And you can't fuck with man's money. And taxes are bullshit. So honestly, we should do like one lump sum tax. Like, you're working for the tax. Like, get the fuck out of here,
Dave, I'm
motherfucker.
gonna take it to you because you look like you're gonna say something. Go ahead.
I
Come on, man.
you contact high. Like the more you talk, the more my mind is like slowing down.
Love it.
It's like everything gets soupy and syrupy, and I'm not sure what the hell I'm thinking anymore.
That's the ecto cooler.
Yeah. It might be, it might be
One little dab of the teeth, and you're like,
Oh, that was a good hit.
Well, he mentioned the
welcome.
price
God
of
bless.
stuff is higher. If Biden's in office now, and I think we can all agree the price of stuff is higher, what's your rebuttal to that?
no, the price of stuff is higher now.
Okay, and who do you blame for that? Would you blame the president, or is that just complete the government? Do you blame, or
I
is it
blame
just
time. Everything goes up in time. Things just cost a nickel.
So you're saying it doesn't have anything to do with the president, but the prices are as high as they are.
Well, I actually think it has to do with more systemic problem. I mean, if we want to get really technical, if you look at the real estate market right now, you can collectively raise real estate when you are trying to open, like if you were trying to rent out a property, it's very feasible right now that people will buy multiple houses or had bought multiple houses and then charge rent for them. By doing that, they're actually able to support their own business investments into it, but also prevent other people from buying it or from getting houses or buying houses at reasonable rates. So what ends up happening is it causes everything to increase more and more and more across the board. If rent goes up, everything else sort of follows.
Well, the other thing about it too is, we're based in a capitalist system. So when prices go up for whatever reason, and I'm sure the pandemic had to do it because everything was so hard to get, and fuel's now an issue. So when you got transports everywhere, but once people are begrudgingly okay with buying at this price, the companies are not going backwards.
Exactly.
They're just going to keep pressing higher and higher. So it doesn't matter who's in office; the companies are the ones that are doing it all. And neither side, like Danny's been saying, they both suck. It's very hard to govern the way it is. It's just who's around them, what's the situation around them. I'm not a Trump fan at all, but when you're a poor president and mediocre business person, and the world shuts down for an entire year, that's hard to recover from. And no matter who you are, I don't care what's going on. Right? If Biden's in there, if Reagan was in there, if FDR was in there, it didn't matter. You shut down the entire world and its economy for a year, and then it takes a mile to slow down a moving train. So to get that back up and going again takes several years. So, but at the point, once you hit those points where, hey, someone's going to pay $4 for milk, okay, then why should we go back to $2 a milk? Because I'm making money off it. And then now the local governments go, let's move my minimum wage up higher, which means the companies go, okay, well, it's still the same ratio. Now you're getting this much money. We're going to charge you this much money. So it's all the same. It's the same back when you were in ancient Egypt, and you have the royal class made all the people work for very little and just had enough to get through. Happened through the Middle Ages, Renaissance, now but I want to keep talking until you shut me off.
What?
So
I agree with you. And that's why I think we should really look at the real problem: capitalism. That's the problem.
right, but it's also you can't. If we're not going to go to Ford's communism or Nazi fascism. We're not going to do that either.
Fuck
So
that
what's
shit.
going on? I mean, capitalism it has to be controlled capitalism. The problem is
Which we don't have.
I know, which you're not going to be able to stop now. The course is way out of the barn and running.
Hey, listen, there's been revolutions and other changes in other countries. And you vote for the right people in, and things change.
Right, and you know what the media does? The media, going back to my point, it makes you think about this while this is going on. So I'm more worried about someone saying he, she versus I think my money.
This.
This
Well,
is
this-
this is going on out here.
You know what?
So when you're hey, it's a big magic trick, and that's what media is. They're a big giant magic trick to make their own money because the more you care about what they're saying, the more you watch what they're doing, and so on and so on.
Facts.
Right. Danny,
Facts.
Facts is on that.
anything else to add here?
I like to say that you can print fucking money. Let's go, baby.
All right. All about the money argument. Let's take it over to the tribunal. Jody, what'd you think?
Again, very well argued, stating your positions. My goodness. I think they both suck. I'd have to, you're right. We got the inflation and everything else. People are losing their jobs, are losing money. I've never really thought about it, but the last year or so, certainly in the last 6 months, I'm like, if there's self-checkout, and they, Jesus Christ, $7 for a little thing of hamburger. I never really
Fucking
thought
crazy.
about it before.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like $5 for a little
Insane.
thing of fucking watermelon. I don't know. And I know that's not Biden's fault
No.
completely, but it was a little bit better before him. I have to say, for the sake of this argument, though, if you're going to pick the worst, because I think they both on each side suck, but the media makes it much fucking worse, no matter who's in there. And they're relentless, and I think that they are the biggest enemy. And I think here you go again.
Yep.
You got my vote again,
We'll
sir.
at the bar later.
All right. So you're going
No
with the
offense,
media.
you guys.
You're voting for Keith.
I am.
All right. Great. Thank you, Jody.
That 100%.
All right. Good stuff, Angel.
Again, all good arguments. You have Trump with his crazy spray tan and his hair is gonna fly away. You have Biden. I have dementia patients that I deal with that have more clarity of mind than Biden most days. So I'm probably gonna have to go with media as well. Because they can just say whatever the hell they want. If
Yeah.
it's popping up in your feed, that's what you're gonna follow.
Absolutely.
Great. So another win for Keith. Ryan, did you have any thoughts on that, just in general?
I have some thoughts. I pulled up a couple things just to tackle it on this. So, Dave, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Which president, and this is, I don't expect you to know, maybe you do, but which president has the highest inflation rate ever?
Would be.
Wasn't Biden for the
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Ford?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
In 77-81 term. Only 1% higher than President Joe Biden thus far. The other thing and factor is, does the president really impact or the government really impact inflation? The true overall answer is no, but there's an ability to prevent it. So it's the responsibility of the nation's central bank to prevent inflation through monetary policy. Monetary policy primarily involves changing interest rates to control the inflation. Governments through fiscal policy, however, can assist in fighting the inflation. And in following one more point, has there ever been an inflation with a Republican president? Of course there has. Bless you.
Hey, sorry.
Inflation,
Listen
Bonner
to
Watson
bullshit.
found that since 1945, the average inflation rate was higher under a Republican president than under Democrats, though inflation tended to rise under Democrats but fall under Republicans. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pull that up just to kind of throw those facts out there.
Cool.
With that said, yeah, I agree. The media is
All right. Thanks for providing some snacks, Colin. Love it.
impressive.
We got Elvis, Michael Jackson, and the Beatles. All right. You guys are going to be fighting for the best. So, Keith, we're going to start with you on this one. Who is the greatest out of these three?
So, of all the questions that we were going over today, this one gave me the most thought. I didn't have like right off the bat, like this is the one. I spent a lot of time, almost crashed my car coming here, listening to all kinds of stuff about it. And I've come to the conclusion, the question you're asking me is basically, for music, it's, you got if you go in the order of Elvis, Beatles, and Michael, then you have you know, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost here coming through music, literally, because of the three, it's strange. I am going to say the Beatles, and I'll give my case in a minute. I like Michael, but it kind of fell off when I was with him as I got older. But my mother is one of the biggest Presley fans I've ever met in my life, so I grew up with Elvis, so I know a lot more of his material than the other two. But when I was doing this is when I really kind of researched on it as much, and it seemed like they all had their different positions in the musical world. Like Elvis was the one that brought it out. Without him, obviously Bill Haley, the Comets, all stuff, Rock Around the Clock. That's the original rock and roll song. But without Elvis coming out, he's the one that started it all. The craze of the women trying to get him on stage, the number of gold record singles, he was the Ed Sullivan Show. They wouldn't film him from the waist down because of his movement. So the spectacle of him, the songs that he sang, the fact that he went across generations of culture, white, black, woman, man, they all loved him. Then the Beatles come across, walking on water across from England and their iteration, and they take what he does, and they try to. It's more pop than rock, in my opinion. But they were the first band. Everyone else, when you think about it, was really more of a singer. You had, Bill Haley and the Comets. You had, all these other people. And after they came along, and their innovation on everything of the type of music, the cultural icons they came across, the hairstyles that they brought in a whole fashion from the east of the bell bottoms and Nuru shirts and all kinds of stuff people wore, hair coming down long. They wrote every single one of those songs, and if they're not the number one selling group of all time, they're definitely the top three. I think they're the only band that have simultaneously the top 4 songs on the Billboard chart at the same time. They also had they were their top billing for 5 weeks in a row, like 7 times or something like that. Taylor Swift, ironically, is number 2 with that, by the way, having the longest number 1. So the Beatles, and they also paved the way. They invaded the British invasion after them. Everything after them from Europe came after them. The Stones, the Who, you can go on forever. Even the Ramones, all those guys that came in punk rock later. And then when they kind of had a Obi-Wan Kenobi motion. When they broke up, they kind of got bigger. they got even stronger after they broke up because people missed him so much and came along. And then you got Michael coming along at the end, and he took the spectacle of rock and roll and pop, and he put it together with the dance moves and the gloves and stuff. But and he hit a very big generation, but he also hit the generation where now MTV comes out. So again, going back to our previous, that he had the most exposure with the media and Thriller and Billie Jean and Smooth Criminal, which I think is one of the best songs ever, and the video for that is amazing. A little less impressed that I found that his shoes are actually nailed to the ground when he did the leans. I thought he actually did those leans, but it's still so Michael coming after. But his music didn't really appeal to me as much. The Beatles, you can listen to that at any time. You can pick out a Beatles song no matter what age you are, and you'll find a couple you like. Elvis, he didn't have as much musical talent as the other two. I think a lot of people wrote. He did not write his own things. Everyone else wrote for him. But his gospel stuff is also, if you're into that kind of thing, was amazing. His voice was outstanding. But both him and Michael at the end of their careers kind of went off the road there a little bit, with the drugs, and that they had very similar careers.
Good stuff.
The Beatles, other than being shot in New York, the other ones were still kind of going around. But so I go for the Beatles just for the impact they had both in music and in culture.
Cool. Give us a song or an album. Each of you guys give us a song or album that you would choose to use in your argument for the tribunal. For the Beatles. For the Beatles? Yeah.
My favorite Beatles song?
Yeah, you go with your favorite Beatles song or what you think it sort of encapsulates their greatness.
Well, I mean, they're tough because they range over, but my personal favorite one is Come Together. I love that song. I think it's great. And the ironic part is I think that Michael Jackson did a cover of it, which was just as good as the Beatles version of it, so that song itself is what it is. Sgt. Pepper's Hard Cold Band, that's phenomenal, and it changed a lot of stuff musically and culturally too. And the White Album, so for them. So
cool. Those
are all the main ones. They're the most popular for a reason.
Cool. Thanks, Keith. Danny, what are you thinking? Elvis, Trump. I'm sorry. Elvis, Michael Jackson.
Hey, Trump over Elvis.
Have you seen the moves of Trump, man? He's a
great dancer. Of course it's Elvis. He's the best. The reason why I liked him, I picked him over him. I picked the
next
best
one.
drug addict.
Fair enough.
I picked
Best
the best
drug
drug
addict?
addict. Absolutely, the best drug addict. I picked Elvis. He died on the shitter, man. Oh, OD'd on the shitter.
Hey, Danny, do you know how many drugs were in his body when he died?
I think it was Hebron was one of them.
Yeah, 10 of them. They found 10 illegal substances when they did the autopsy. So you're right.
He's the
All
best.
right, time out. We have some controversy. So I'm reading right here. To explain, you said that he died on the toilet. So physically on the
OG.
toilet. The position of Elvis Presley's body was such that he was about to sit down on the toilet when the seizure occurred. He pitched forward onto the carpet, his rear end in the air, and was dead by the time he hit the floor. So was he technically on the toilet?
That's how I sleep at
I would still stick with that.
Colin, SnackMaster, he's what are you thinking, Colin?
Thinking
You're not a no.
he didn't make it. That crap didn't come out yet.
Show us what it would look like if he was sitting down the toilet and it didn't come out in time.
It's like a failed attempt and then just death. Remember me for tucking in mid steep.
All right, so Danny, I'm afraid you're going to have to choose a card.
Oh, no.
Okay,
If the cheeks did not hit the seat,
That's
mine
right.
through your teeth.
That's right.
pick a card.
This is,
Very good, very good. That one. Yeah, that one.
eat from the biscuit of 1,000 truths.
All right, so we got biscuit of 1,000 truths right here. These
sure what that
biscuits, now this could be good or bad.
Sorry.
It could be an Oreo. It could be, toothpaste or shampoo.
Could
I
be
don't know.
semen.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know what it is. Christine made them.
Shit.
I have no idea what is in these things right now.
Oh, man.
This is the biscuit of 1,000 truths.
Well, you can see what's in that one.
It's just like that, man.
Just grab one.
Come on, be a man. Let's go. Grab one and eat. Eat like a lion.
I got
like a lion.
It's called the observationizer and service there, my friend.
All right, let's take a bite.
That seems very heavy. You guys want to guess what it is in there?
Yeah, it's like a meatball. Like, that thing's huge.
That's
Let's see
so
it.
nasty.
Let's see it.
Don't open it, just eat it.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, you can't open it.
The hell is that shit?
Let me see. Take a bite. What is it? I think it might be a Girl Scout cookie.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I can't eat that shit, cuz.
All right, Colin. Danny has officially lost his snack privileges.
Oh.
That's
Got your
alright.
shit.
You know
No
what?
pentagrams.
Go birds.
No kudos.
All
Take
good.
my
Here,
kudos
put that back right here, and we'll continue.
Take
All
my
right.
kudos back.
Thank you. So we learned that he was in the process of sitting down, but he did not make it to the toilet.
That's it.
All right, Dave, let's take it over to you for MJ, and then we'll debate it briefly.
Absolutely. So, my thing about Michael Jackson will actually be relatively quick and concise. So, what was his title? It was the King of Pop. Now, Elvis Presley was the king, but of what?
Rock and roll.
King of drugs.
The king of
Good.
the king.
Keep popping.
The king couldn't even get on his throne.
But he didn't light himself on fire either.
Okay, yeah, no, that was-
Porcelain thing.
Michael Jackson survived a history of childhood abuse from his dad. That guy used to beat the shit out of him. And he would still go out there onto stages and do Motown songs while other people were like stripping. They would go to strip joints and do their thing. Like, that dude came up hard. And then, not only was he like, doing Motown, he switches genres and does pop. And so he does pop so well that they call this fucker the king of pop. And not just pop music, any pop. Grand pops, pop rocks, pop socks, pop and locket. I'm saying that anything with a pop, Michael Jackson is king of.
Do you know-
Therefore,
Do you know who named him the King of Pop?
I do not.
I do.
Ah,
Michael Jackson.
yeah.
He branded himself the King of Pop.
No,
because,
so that's a recognition. He knows he owns this.
Because he wanted to be compared to the King of Rock, which is the aforementioned Elvis Presley.
Let's hear a song or album that you would.
Oh, Beat
That
It,
would be-
absolutely. It's probably his best hit is Beat It.
Okay, beat it. Okay, and yours for Elvis Presley was. Best song.
Christmas.
Blue Christmas. Blue Christmas.
Going with a Christmas song.
like
keep
Blue- that's
keep
the
that
best-
in mind,
Blue
Tribunal.
Christmas is a good one, man. I don't
It
say it
is.
all the
I'm
time.
gonna say it.
It's sad. I like it.
Favorite Elvis song. That's hilarious.
All right, can I make another point about my Beatles?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Talk
it out.
I also like to go for the character of people. There's not much that went on with the Beatles, but both Elvis allegedly and Michael allegedly had affiliation or affinity for, let's say, younger people. And a lot of rumors went around. In fact, Priscilla Presley, when they first met before they got married, do you know how old she was?
She was like a teen.
14. And then apparently when he would have her 14-year-old friends come over and he wasted thousands of dollars on Polaroids for them kind of stuff. So there's lots of stuff. So character-wise, besides, I also blame Michael Jackson for the whole overshadowing Jermaine Jackson, who was clearly the heart of the Jackson 5 and was just overshadowed by Michael. He definitely him
I'm a real boy.
him and LaToya. Sure. So squeaky clean Beatles boys that we don't know about anyway. But I believe that they are the answer to this question.
So I don't want to take and detract from that because I don't know anything about the actual specifics going on with the relationships between children.
Yes.
I know there's been a lot they've been trying to prove, so I'm not arguing that. However, Elvis done died trying to get on the crapper.
Yeah.
And the Beatles broke up because of Yoko Ono, which is, let's be honest, the dumbest reason to break up.
Yes,
Have you ever seen her do anything? It's all thoughts.
Yes.
What took Michael Jackson out
She's a hell.
was a terrible, terrible prescription for sleep medication administered under the care of a doctor for a long period of time.
So, the Michael and Elvis debate they're so close to each other. The fact he wanted to be Elvis so much that he married his daughter so they could be with the Presley family into it, and they both died. And so the whole one died on the crapper with all the drugs, and the other one died because of a sleeping agent. That's not a really good point for your cause.
I mean, yes, they had something in common.
They had a lot in common.
Apparently. But Elvis's family was in common.
Elvis what?
Elvis's family, his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he said he got, Michael Jackson would say he had nightmares of it. He wanted to know how Elvis died so he wouldn't die the same way because he thought he was going to. And kind of did, except he wasn't on the toilet.
Well, yeah, but Elvis died apparently from illegal narcotics, whereas...
Yeah, I don't
Jackson's
think
was
that Michael
prescribed.
Jackson's narcotics were really... And he had a doctor, but I could probably get a doctor for you if you wanted to, if you want those drugs too. It's not exactly... He wasn't dying from aspirin, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So... I think I've made my point. I will not rest my case. Thank you very much. Besides, Michael Jackson, we don't know if he's kind of black or white. That's why he sang that song.
I mean, he's black. He doesn't look very
Do you see when he died? He was not black. He was whiter than you.
Yeah, well, that's a different. He was whiter than doesn't change the fact that the guy's black.
Anything else to say on Elvis, Danny?
You know what? That guy has some good songs, but it was just interesting how that MJ and Elvis interlinked.
Yeah.
And the Beatles was around the same time.
Let's go around. Say your opponent's answers in Elvis's voice, and you're going to have to choose one of the Beatles to say it in, and then you have to say it like Michael Jackson, okay? So go ahead. Say the Beatles. Acknowledge both their answers, talking like Elvis.
Like, you got a star.
It's got to like Michael Jackson.
Very good.
Keith, let's hear a Beatle.
Can't do an English accent.
Tribunal, are you keeping track of this? This is impersonations. This goes a long way in your judging.
Debaters.
Yes, I do Elvis. How about you do the Beatles and I'll do Elvis?
Yeah,
again.
cool.
You do Lennon again.
I like debaters. I smoked a lot of pot. I play with my guitar and stuff like that, you know.
It's very good, man.
It's awesome. Keith, let's hear it.
Oh, thank you. I think Michael Jackson was a really good dancer and stole a lot of my stuff, and he found my daughter. But otherwise, pretty good move with that shiny glove. But he took a lot of my shit, and I'm kind of mad at you.
I think that Elvis was, come on, definitely the best. Absolutely, and his daughter, she was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I have left the building.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Impressions were way better than I was going to like.
I was saying the same thing. You guys were pretty much on your impression game. Keith, that was a good Elvis impression.
Good work.
You managed to put on a semi-decent English accent and managed to not sound like any of the Beatles.
No, he had a little Ringo going there. It was pretty Ringo.
Ringo's like
It's Ringo.
it's like oh yeah.
Oh, he does have a little down.
Oh no. Jody?
Wow. Shit. I gotta go with the Beatles. I keep voting for you, but it's just I think that they had such an influence on so many different genres of music. I know Elvis was huge and highly influential, but Sinatra was there just before him, and he had the Bobby Soxers and all that stuff, and they all had their great thing. But the Beatles were just phenomenal in their writing, the songwriting, the way they introduced new instruments and sounds that have never been done before, that have influenced thousands, millions. If I had to pick among the three of them, I mean, it's a difficult choice, but I'd have to go with the Beatles.
It's because you're a wise man.
Wise ass, maybe, but but those imitations were awesome, man. Jesus.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I personally have to go for Elvis. Just from a cultural standpoint, especially being in the South, my grandma, she had an Elvis clock, all the Elvis cookware, all the movies that he was in.
Great one.
Like, she loved this man desperately. And the impact that he really had, you have all these Elvis impersonators in Vegas. You have this shrine to Elvis, especially in Vegas, that really inspired a lot of other artists. So Elvis is the one for me, personally.
I'm torn. I'm torn. And the reason why I'm torn is because I think before this debate I would have said Elvis. But Danny, that was one of the most idiotic, terrible impressions. At no point in your rambling, in your discussion, in your coherent response, did I get anything from that. And for that, you gain no points from me. With that said,
and may God have mercy on your soul.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
My wife,
with that said, I am actually torn. The Beatles, they are one of the classic bands that get out there. Always on, you listen to them, you put them on. Yellow Submarine's another good one. Hey Jude, you can listen at any given time. Michael Jackson, though, I mean, he's an icon to this day, regardless of the accusations that are on him. So, like, in spite of the accusations, people still are like, wow, Michael Jackson is the king of pop. Pop rocks, popsicles, whatever. But with that said, I believe I'm going to have to go with the Beatles as well.
Ooh, out of nowhere.
So with that, the winner of the first DimWit debate is Keith Hahn.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure. I think by the kindred spirit and my judge, Jody, I think we both work well together. I think the kudos and the ecto cooler kind of paid off for the bribery of Angel. I think the snack chief did a fine job on that as well. Eric did an okay job on that one. I also want to thank my fellow debaters, Danny and Dave. Well, Danny and Dave.
Double D.
Double D. They did a fine job as well for this first time. I'm glad to be the inaugural. How do you say that word?
Inaugural.
Thank you.
Inaugural.
The first champ that didn't win debates.
So you are now
look forward to doing it again.
master debater.
Thank you. I'm a master debater.
Cool.